Still, the governor, Fubara, pledges to uphold peace. Alake re-elected African Minerals Group chairman. Kano governor condemns murder of family of 7, orders arrest of killers. Lastly, on the local scene, 3 perish in Kwara fire disaster. Moving on to the foreign scene, South Africa declares national disasters, floods, Bata region. Uganda President Museveni calls opposition terrorists in victory speech. Chile declares emergency as wildfire kills 15. And lastly, on the foreign headlines, Iraq announces complete withdrawal of U.S.-led coalition from federal territory. Moving into the world of sport, Osimhen Ndidi Awaziem party in Lagos after AFCON third place win. CAF backs Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda to host successful AFCON 2027. And those are the major headlines making the rounds this morning. It was compiled and edited by Abiodun Akinwumi. For sponsorship or advert placement, kindly contact our sales and marketing office on 091 2929-4332 or 09077227120. Coming up next is the Diamond Breakfast Show, where we discuss and have an in-depth analysis on some of the topical stories making the rounds this morning. Do stay with us. I am Bisola Oduwole Suleiman. We'll be right back.
The sounds, the vibes, good talking, conversations. You can have it all on Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. Diamond 88.7 FM, we've got you.
You cannot control me. You cannot. Okay. You can have a little control, but I'm still in charge. I can attack any minute, but you can control for like a second. Oh, that's nice. That's really that's a spot right there.
We know exactly how that feels at Diamond FM, with good conversations, music, and top entertainment that touches your soul. It's radio like no other. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
From the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM in Ilorin, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show.
A very beautiful morning to you, Nigerians. A very beautiful morning to you, Kwarans. You're tuned in and listening to Diamond 88.7 FM, your shining supreme station. It's another brand new day. It's another brand new week. Today's the 19th day in the month of January 2026. It's another day to get on the grind to start working towards achieving that goal that you have set for yourself this year. Welcome to another beautiful edition of the Diamond Breakfast Show. And this morning, I'll be starting with this great quote. It's an ancient Greek proverb which says, a society grows great when people plant trees whose shade they may never sit under. This quote reminds us of responsibility in leadership, in citizenship, in governance, responsibility in how we live our daily lives, in how we ensure that, we live a better tomorrow for people who are coming behind us. Welcome to the show. My name is Bisola Oduwole Suleiman. Today on the program, we're taking a look at three very critical issues. One of those issues is safety at this point in time. We'll take a look at safety. We'll take a look at our leadership, how the choices made by our leaders, how it affects us as Nigerians. The first story we'll be looking at this morning has to do with Serap's renewed legal challenge over security vote spending. Serap has sued the governors and the FCT minister, that is Nyesom Wike, Serap is asking them to account for how the security votes are being spent. Over time, we've talked about security votes. There have been lots of fingers pointed at that particular fund, saying that nobody is asking the governors how these funds are spent. Nobody is asking them what they're doing with it and how they're spending it. And at this point, we're still having security issues. We're having a hike in the level of poverty in the country. This is the time to ask questions. And Serap is saying, well, we need answers. This money should not be spent in secrecy because they are public funds. We will talk about that this morning. And then from there, we'll take a look at a very heartbreaking story, a tragic incident that happened here in the city of Ilori. Fire incident which claimed 3 lives of 3 children. That's a very, sad incident. We'll take a look at the circumstances surrounding it, what led to that fire incident, and how we can prevent such in the nearest future. What advocacy measures we need to put in place to ensure that we no longer have cases like that, that people are protected and people know what to do at whatever point in time. And lastly, we'll look at Huriwa's warning about the rising spate of poverty in Nigeria, that poverty levels are rising, and this could undermine the credibility of the 2027 elections. It promises to be an interesting program this morning. And to join me in this conversation, I have a veteran journalist. He's a senior colleague. He's a public affairs analyst. I have Elder Wole Adedeji. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. This bright morning.
Good morning. It's
new
good to have
day.
you.
Bright new week in a bright new year.
Yes.
And good morning to you people out there.
All right. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the program. Let's get into the business of the day. We have a lot to talk about this morning, but the first one is the call by Serap to governors and the FCT minister to account for funds that they have gotten over time, funds for security votes. Security vote funds. Yeah. And I know that we have had conversations about this over time. We have had people calling from time to time to say, nobody is asking these governors about how they're spending security votes. Well, Huriwa, Serap, I beg your pardon, has pointed a finger at this particular matter. Serap has filed a lawsuit against all 36 state governors and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, at the Federal High Court in Abuja. He alleges that, or Serap alleges, the group alleges that the governors and the FCT minister have failed to publicly account for billions of naira spent as security votes since they took office on May 29, 2023. According to Serap, security votes, that's huge sums budgeted annually, estimated over 400 billion naira nationwide, with about 140 billion naira in the 2026 budget of 10 states for security votes. This current budget, they have about 140 billion naira. Of that in the budget of about 10 states, and these monies have been spent without transparency. Serap is saying Nigerians have a constitutional right to know how public funds are spent, especially funds meant to protect lives and property. Serap claims that the lack of disclosure is linked to escalating insecurity, worsening poverty, and high human rights abuses that people experience in Nigeria. And the FCT minister and the governors alike are failed to account for this fund. What are your thoughts? What is your take on this lawsuit filed by Serap at this point?
Thank you. I think once again, Serap has done a very beautiful thing, a very good thing. It seems like Serap is the only group remaining that is putting our leaders on their toes, and they have done it well again this time around. But I think we have said it many times on this platform that, this particular issue it concerns all of us. We all are worried about this security vote of a thing. And going to court might not even help this issue.
How so?
Good. This is an action that is backed up by law. By law. There's an act that makes provision for governors and FCT minister to get every month security vote. And the law was stupid. I'm sorry to use that. Enough to say nobody can ask them what they do with the money. It is so bad that how much each governor gets every month, we don't know. There was a time every month, monthly allocation released from the federation account was made public, but never was it made public how much each governor collects as a security vote. You said earlier on that this money will have run into billions. I said trillions. We have been doing this for 25 years now, and governors have been collecting this money in 25 years. You can imagine the money will have run into trillions of naira now, and yet the act backing it up is saying that you and I cannot ask what they do with it, how much do they get, and what are they doing with it. So it has gotten to a more worrisome level now. Yes.
Serap argues that the Nigerian constitution and democratic principles do not support secretive spending of public funds. Let's not forget that these security votes are also public funds. They're taken from taxpayers' money.
You are very right. What I'm saying is this. You see, the constitution has always been there, but the National Assembly Act is also there. And I think what we, including Serap, should do first is to go to the National Assembly, drop that bill before them, sensitize you and I to get good support for that act, and force our men who are too comfortable at the legislative chambers to think of the act that will benefit you and I. This is an act that has made nonsense of the efforts of a nation to pursue accountability. You see, so if you go there and that act is amended, then we cannot go to court to challenge it very well. The constitution, the same constitution, the constitution says the public funds should be accounted for, but the act that gives money to people is saying you and I cannot ask to the extent that how much each of them collects each month. We don't know for 25 years running. It's so sad. So I commend Serap. I think Sarah should wake you and I up, Nigerians up, to stand up against this thing. It has become too worrisome these days when certain people are collecting billions of naira as security votes every year, and insecurity is growing each day. So we don't know. But we have to make sure we amend that act to make it clear that even this security vote as well is a public fund, and which the constitution says must be accounted for. Once that is removed, you and I is free. And we are free.
All right, so before we start asking these questions, we need to follow
if you go
process.
to court will now bring the defense will be that, well, the law says nobody can ask them questions about this money until the time is ripe for us to now say that act be amended so that we can be full, we can beat our chest when we go to court that we are going to throw this nonsense away. Not until that is done.
All right.
I'm sorry about it.
All right. You can be a part of the program. Do let me know your take. What do you think about the move by Serap? And my guest just said that we need to speak with those in the legislative chambers. They have to take a step first before we can now start asking these questions. What are your thoughts? Why do you think the security votes are being spent in secrecy? Why do you think the government is not giving us account of how this money is spent? Then there's also another thing. Even if we're not asking, even if the law or the act says that we cannot ask questions about how that money is spent, what stops the governors from telling us how it is spent? A governor who wants to be transparent, a governor who is accountable to his people, what stops them from telling us, oh, this is what I am doing with this money. This is how I'm using it to solve the problem facing us in our state. Why is that such a big deal?
My father used to say something. He said, money is a terrible spirit. Once you get it, you become a different person. Maybe somebody who was a governor or who is a governor was his level before then was something you cannot strongly reckon with. But he got there, in addition to the monthly allocation that is meant for his state, he realizes that each month there are millions somewhere that he can just collect and keep. And nobody asks questions. Even how much that millions are, we don't know. It is that bad that even the ones that has conscience among them, how long does it take to initiate him into the
So are you trying to say that
order?
we can't have people who would do the right thing without
We're
somebody
supposed
checking
to have,
them
but in Nigeria,
and, somebody asking questions?
We're supposed to have, but in Nigeria, it's unfortunate we don't have. How do you justify our politicians generally, whose concern is to wait until election time and bring some petitions and bring some rice and beans and cajole people again to vote the wrong way? And so for another 4 years, they begin to jockey on us. So it is that bad. So I don't think so far we have had. We can talk of our leaders in the First Republic and thereabout, that they have consciences. But this date, do our leaders have conscience?
All right. Let's go on a quick break. It is still the Diamond Breakfast Show. You can be a part of the program. Send us your message via WhatsApp 0913-655-6864 0913-655-6864. Let us know your take to this particular topic we're discussing this morning. Do not touch that dial for any reason. We'll be right back in a jiffy.
Better be iron and care. Be good for your body, yeah. Are you not aware? Body back for the day for there. Now your daily friend. For your blood, if it 10/10. Oh, yes. Feel your pain. Join to it on fast test. Blood builder for everybody. Healthy body for everybody. Kerubina, product of it's in healthcare.
They find ways to save your data. You go first start out with your apps. Delete apps where you know they use, but other things go still there. Some apps get data saver modes. Make you activate them to control the data usage. You fit also go your setting, make you off the auto updates them. Then make you also close apps where you know they use to save your data when you know they use your apps. This small change go fit help you save your data well. For more information, make you go your mobile operator website or consumer.ncc.gov.ng for better tips. Make we dey connect and enjoy our data use well. This message they come from the Association of Licensed Telecom Operators, where join body with the Nigerian Communication Commission.
Welcome back. You're still tuned in and listening to the Diamond Breakfast Show, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, your shining supreme station. My name is Bisola Oduwole Suleiman, and I still have with me Oduwole Adedije on the program. And this morning, we're taking a look at Serap's lawsuit filed at the Federal High Court in Abuja against the state governors, the 36 state governors and the FCT minister, as to why they haven't been accounting for public funds, which is known as security votes that have been given to them that they have collected from time to time, why they have not accounted for this fund, and why we keep having security issues despite the fact that these funds have been released to the government from time to time. What are your thoughts about this? How should we proceed from here on? 091-3655-6864. That is the number to send in your WhatsApp messages to, or call 0913-655-6952. When you do call in, please go straight to the point. Hello.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Dr. Larry Okiki, Expo 90, calling from Capri.
All right, go ahead, please.
I wanted to commend the effort of the presenter and our listeners in the studio.
Thank you.
So on this setup and security vote that we are talking about, so firstly, it is a mistake to be giving the security vote to the governors when we have a security body, so like police and so on and so forth. But we need changing. We need to change the system. So I wanted to support the advice of our analyst this morning by forwarding this case to the legislators, so to help us to change this system. We have the security bodies, like police and others. Why are we giving the money to the governors and it's not having an impact on the masses?
All right.
Nigeria, we are suffering. People are facing problems. So we need to change the system. Dr. Rani, successful development.
All right. Thank you very much. 0913-655-6952. That is the number to call. Keep your reactions coming in. Send a message to WhatsApp at 913-655-6864. When you do call in, please let's make it as short as possible and straight to the point. On WhatsApp, we have this message. It says, good morning. Okay, let's take this call quickly. Hello.
Good morning, Uncle.
Good morning.
Sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
The Professor Sayodele speaking from airport, Ilorin.
All right, go
You
ahead.
know, since our discipline is weak in the nation, you know, there's many they're supposed to give accountability and transparency on any money given to all the 36 governors. But since there's no discipline, no law, we don't follow many laws that can reduce corruption because they're supposed to use the money to what the money meant for. But misappropriation President and corruption is talk of the day in the nation.
All right.
But Mr. President has a lot to do to fight all the governors, to talk to them that the money must be used to land for what it's meant for.
All right, thank you very much. All right, thank you, Professor. So 913-655-6952. Good morning in the studio. I think the person that formulated the idea not to check them about the security vote money should be thrown in jail. If the money has been spent well by now, Nigerians will not be facing a high level of insecurity in Nigeria. Let all of them come out to give account on the money received. JC Obasan from Ofa. Hello. Good morning. What's your name, sir? Mr. Jimba, go ahead, please.
That our constitution and our government are the architects of our current security situation we find ourselves. Many people doesn't know the clause in that particular act that made provision for the giving of security votes. Many of our people have to be sensitized. I, for one, doesn't know the clause, that particular clause. So you need sensitization. I urge the public to rise up, to put pressure on the House to affect that particular clause.
All right.
Constitution. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your take. You wanted to say something?
It's right. Just like I said, we should all rise up. And he's saying we should sensitization.
A lot of people do not know.
He said he himself didn't know until now. And that's the secret there.
All right. So we need more sensitization.
Yes.
All right. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good
Madam
morning.
Bisola.
Good morning, sir. What's your
How
name?
was your weekend?
It was beautiful. How was yours?
Morning to our leader and the Aziz of Samuel calling.
All right. Go ahead.
Good morning.
You know, there's no need of dissipating energy on this issue. You know, it's a constitutional matter. And your guests have said there is a constitutional order to that effect. The best thing you can do is for what our lawyers do in this country. The Ghanaian of blessed no worry. I do not see any lawyer that is private like Ghanaian again. All of them are just after money now. They are not after the welfare of the citizens of their country. So we know, like you said, they just have to step down. First of all, they have to take a bit to the House to abrogate that section of.
Oh, all right. Officer Matiu, that's from your end. Please call us back. 0913-655-6952.
All the same, he had made his point very clear.
Yes, very clear. So Serap has to go to the House of Assembly first.
Yes.
Put the bill, ensure that they pass it,
and
ensure that
get
they
Nigerians to
support
support them.
Okay, all right. Let's take one more call and then we move on. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
My name is Taiwo. I'm calling from Taiwo.
All right, Taiwo from Taiwo. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think our governors are not only the one that we should blame. We should also blame Mr. President. Like this current president, he has the political will and the power and resources, including everything, to change this constitution, to amend this constitution. Because he also knows too that the governors are just spending this money for their personal use. They are not using it for security purpose. So I don't know the reason why Mr. President cannot stop this. he has the power now. He's having two-thirds majority in the National Assembly, and he can control all the governors are afraid of him. He should just tell them what he wants. If truly he really have the interest of the masses at his heart. May God bless Diamond.
All right. God bless Diamond. Thank you very much. 0913-655-6864. Keep the messages coming in via WhatsApp. Good morning, Bisola. Good morning, Elder. Serap's action is a good development, but I see it as an effort in futility. Security votes are free gifts to governors, and no governor has ever been invited to account for it. What I think Serap and well-meaning Nigerians should do is how to stop it. Report once had it that some of these governors, instead of using the money for the intended purpose, chose to stash the money in foreign accounts. If it is to be probed, where will the political will come from? Elder Yemi Ashaju. All right, you see, Elder Yemi mentioned something that no governor has ever been invited to account for it. But there's always a first time for everything. And a lot of people think that time
my
now.
fear is this. For 8 years, President Tinubu was also a governor in Lagos State. And he too benefited from it. So I see that it's the duty of we Nigerians to rise up. It's just one step. Go to the National Assembly and call for the amendment of this law and tell them what we want them to do.
All right.
Because Mr. President is collecting the security votes as well. So how do you ask people in the same gang, in the same boat to upturn the boat? They won't do that.
All right. This one says, good morning, the analyst and the guest. The anchor and the analyst. I think Serap is doing a good job in the country by putting the government on its toes. Security votes given to governors has not helped curb insecurity ravaging many parts of the country. I think since annual budgets are made public in the National Assembly, security votes given to governors should also be made public. Serap suing the governors would not bring any tangible results. Mr. Samuel from Airport. All right. It is still the Diamond Breakfast Show. Keep your comments coming in. Keep your reactions coming in. We need to move on to the second story. And this is, a very heartbreaking, tragic incident. It's a fire incident that occurred here in the city of Ilorin, in Laduba community, Ogidi area of Ilorin. The Kwara State capital. The fire gutted part of a story building that housed shops and residences. It claimed the lives of 3 children. Preliminary investigation by the Kwara State Fire Service revealed that the fire was caused by a petrol explosion linked to the domestic storage of petrol in a shop, where around 50 liters of petrol had been kept indoors. The fire was triggered when sparks from a nearby cooking charcoal ignited the petrol vapor. A passerby who attempted to rescue the victims was seriously injured. The fire service described the tragedy as avoidable and urged citizens against storing inflammable liquids at home and commercial premises. The incident also, highlights persistent fire safety risk, especially in this season, Harmattan season, the dry season. A lot of people are prone to that, but we need to be safe. We need to ensure, the safety of lives and properties at this time. But let's talk about this incident quickly. What are your thoughts?
You see, this issue has been reoccurring in Nigeria. You have petrol stored in your place, and it ignited fire, and lives are lost, properties are lost. I think the function of fire services in Nigeria today should go beyond staying in their office and wait until distress call comes. It should also include that going around to see and sanction whoever that is storing not only petrol, even a cylinder gases. Sensitize them on what to do about it. In those days, the MAMSA was set up in this country, and they were doing things like this. Like if cases like this come up here and there, they jump into their vans and go around to mobilize. But that one is no longer there. This weekend, over the weekend, there was one in I think Cross River State reported on NT Network News. The entire family died. Why? They put on their generating plant in the house and they went to sleep. The one that was in the sitting room, the one that was on even the one on in the toilet, they all just slept off and died. Only to wake up in the morning and realize that they have all died. But the only thing is that the generator was still working where they put it within the house.
Oh my goodness.
So there are many things we need to talk about. By now that using gas to cook domestic gas to use now, it's not just go to places where students live, for instance, choked up places like that, and they all have these 3 kg, 2 kg cylinders, and they are all there making fire in an enclosed apartment. So I think there is need for now to go to sensitize. Yeah, we are advancing. We are copying this advanced world to go about certain things, but we have not been educated on how to take cautions. And so fire service should not just sit down in the office anymore. Their function should also include going around to sensitize people.
Okay,
that is the thing. People now, the era of fuel scarcity is over. That forced people at that time to store petrol. It's no longer there. But people like this instance now, a building that has some shops, we know that electric supply in Nigeria today is worrisome. People now still rely on generating plant to power their places, maybe their generator, their freezer, their fridge, and all that. And so they may want to store petrol. But when there is a law, once people go to inspect and they found that you have a gallon of petrol kept somewhere, and you are sanctioned.
Because I was about to ask you about regulations as well. While the sensitization is going, just like we mentioned earlier while discussing our first topic, people have to be put in check.
Yes.
While we expect people to do the right thing, there also has to be check and balance.
There are people who don't know what to do. May just ignorantly be doing things. Even when we see it happening here and there, they have not been sensitized because they are ignorant. So the agencies of government that know what to do should come to realize that even in the villages now, they use gas cylinders. So it's not just cooking. It's about the precautions you need to take. And the agencies of government to do that should be made to do that. If their functions don't include going around to sensitize people and enforce certain acts as regards the usage of petrol and gas cylinders, then we will be having this thing. And it will happen. If you want to use electricity, this generating plant, for instance, if you don't have a place, in those days when the white men we were young then, the white men that were principals of schools, you see a distance between their quarters and where the generating plant is kept. These days, better my neighbor kind of a thing, in one place, enclosed place, they will have about 2, 3. And the thing is making noise. Even the noise pollution alone is another thing.
Some people also, for example, the family that you mentioned in Cross River, some people might also say that, because of the fear of it being stolen, we've had cases where people plug their, appliances to the generator, and by the time you come out, it's gone.
People who keep their generating plants outside the house. I have seen people who make metal cages and lock it up. So, and like that. So if the regulation is there, they will teach you, they will tell you what to do.
All right. So as a people, we should take
make it safe. We have to keep it as well. But that was not because you want to generate your plant safe, then your life should go for it.
All right. Let's take some reactions right here. Hello. Good morning.
Professor Oduwole on the line.
All right, go ahead.
On the issue discussed now, on the issue of petrol and tanker, everybody must take precaution and take good care of her house. When everybody is going out, they should please off all their appliances, and the people that use generator late hour, they should remember to quench it, to off it. Government cannot do all. They are just trying. But we people need to love ourselves and take good care of our surroundings in time of this weather.
All right.
The weather is hot now. God will continue to protect us.
Thank you very much.
Of great mercy.
All right. Thank you, Prophetess. So 913-655-6952. We need to learn to also protect ourselves and take precautions. We also need to know whatever happens or what we should do in case of a fire incident as well.
It's not about petrol or gas cylinders.
Of course.
We are in dry season now.
Even electrical sparks
could happen. Fire. So people who have bushes around them that are dry should clear it. In those
And
days,
stop bush burning
bush
at
burning,
this time.
bush burning should be controlled. In those days when we were small, in the southwest, the major crops is cash crops, cocoa, and we have seen instances where people have to jump into fire to kill themselves because somebody was smoking cigarette carelessly and just threw up the cigarette stub into a nearby cocoa farm overnight. Almost 1 kilometer square cocoa plantation got burnt and lives lost. So this is another season of the year where such things can happen. So it's not only the petrol or gas or generator. It is to the extent that the precaution we should take should also include clear dry bushes away from your environment and don't just throw fire anyhow, anywhere. A spark somewhere can ignite fire.
And fire is very difficult to control.
They say as wide as a Hamatan fire.
All right. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
This is Alaji Taye Oluokole.
Welcome, Alaji Taye. Go ahead.
You see, on the streets back of home by Sheriff, I'm very sure it will not see the light of shade. You know, like your guest has said, this is a constitutional matter. You know that this study food is not being accounted for and it's not even retired. You know, in any spending, when you appropriate for money, when you spend it, you audit it, you retire it. When in the case of security food, nobody retires it, nobody asks them any question. And again, that this misconception from people. They believe that this security food is just meant for security only. It's not. Security food is not just for security problem only.
Okay.
It is meant for other things, like entertainment, like this Remembrance Day. All these things fall under security food. Entertainment, the period of visitors, unexpected traveling, and some other things within the government circle. It is careful of by the security food. So not only for security, you know. But the important thing is that if really we are sincere and we are patriotic and we are ready to really serve the people we are meant to serve, people will not be spending that security food anyhow, even though they don't retire. You need to spend it religiously to affect the life of people. It's not money that is meant for private pocket, and you just squander, even though it is not then retired. So it's a matter of being patriotic and it's a matter of mindset. Look at the Sulum of Borno State. Many of the projects the back of Opa and Sulum are coming from security food. So if other governors will follow suit, the better. And it's not even only the government that receive this security food. It's cut across the executive. The Senate President, the House of Rep Chairman, the House of Assembly, many of them executive receive this security food. So that's just my take on it.
All right.
Then on the issue of fire, you know, in Nigeria, we don't do things, we don't take precautions. We are always proactive, not
always reactive.
Yeah, we are always reactive. We are always reactive. That's our problem. The fire service, despite the fact that they are, they are not really working, they will have a station, not about 500 meters. And if it is not possible for each ward, you see, in the advanced countries like Saudi Arabia, every 500 meters you will see civil defense station, and civil defense they take care of disaster management. So the same thing should apply to other to us in Nigeria. Even not only that one that happened, you do know that in Okolowo again, the petrol station, tanker got burned in the petrol station yesterday or day before yesterday. So all these things, we need to take precautionary measures for everything so as to begin to save life and property.
All right.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you very much.
You see,
so much.
I think Alaji Lo had even reminded me of something as well with this petrol thing that he said. At a time, siting petrol stations are restricted. You don't go to residential areas to just put petrol stations there. But these days, what do you find?
In between
People
houses.
will just buy one old structure that the family are ready to sell off, and just a plot between houses. You just make it choked up, and you put petrol station there.
All right.
In the event of fire incidents, what is the fate of people around?
But this
And I think
project or these structures have been approved by government agencies.
Yes,
because if they're not,
I
of
remember
course, they ought to have
when
been brought
Dr.
down.
Saraki was the governor here, somebody wanted to, they say that person was even a politician, a member of the House of Assembly, wanted to site a petrol station somewhere in Taiwo Sale. And the government of that day stopped it because it's in between houses. But these days, maybe the law is no longer there. And I think these are areas we also look into as well in
right.
the case of fire incidents.
All right. Thank you very much. We need to go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll touch more on this particular incident and, how we can prevent it, how we would continue to ensure the protection of lives and property in Nigeria, in Kwara State as well. Let's go on a break. We'll be right back to stay with us.
My fellow country people, I hope say you don't hear about health insurance policy wey Kwara government they talk about so the information are confirm and the thing good for you and me as a person and as family. This health insurance e dey for everybody, for papa and mama. This health insurance also dey for people wey get HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, even pikin under 5 years, plus including pregnant women. Me and my family don't register with just small money. My friend, you fit go any hospital where they do health insurance, whether na public or private hospital. Pay small money and register sharply. With that money where you pay for your family, it go cover you for 1 year. Bam! Now so the thing bill. If you love yourself and this beautiful woman and pikin, go register and get your health insurance coverage so that you no go pay too much when sickness come. You fit call this number for free. Then you go comot your money, your 080-010-010 again 01 or go to house 27B Amado Bello Way, GRA for Ilorin. This message now from Kwara State Health Insurance Agency.
Have you decided to have a delightful time away from home and you're looking for a comfortable or truly pampering experience at a luxurious hotel here in Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria? Search no more. The best place to choose is Wingate Exotic Hotel. Do I tell you about this 5-star rated hotel in Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria? Our welcoming package is top-notch with experienced staff. Our room are spacious and fully equipped. Home or away from home it is. Come enjoy special delicacies by our in-house chef and buffet breakfast. The everyday fun and special karaoke night on Friday at our bar, VIP and VVIP lounge. All of various sizes for your event are available. The enjoyment of a pool experience, these and more is the reason why Wingate Exotic Hotel is your #1 choice when it comes to hospitality. We're at kilometer 10, University of Ilorin Road, before Achenoku bus stop, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. For reservation or inquiry, call 080-9824-4472 or 080-9824-4473. Wingate Exotic Hotel, the hotel where cozy memory lasts.
Welcome back from that break. It is still the Diamond Breakfast Show, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, your shining supreme station. Before that break, we spoke about Serap's lawsuit against the state governments, the state governors, and the FCT minister regarding security votes. And then from there, we moved on to a very tragic incident that happened here in Ilorin, Kwara State, a tragic fire incident that claimed the lives of 3 children. A very sad incident that could have been prevented. However, we're seeking solutions on this program. We're looking for, things that people can do, how people can ensure that this does not happen again. To give us your take on 0913-655-6864, that is via WhatsApp. Let me take some messages here and then we move on to the last topic for the day. The fire service should utilize social media for fire safety enlightenment. And it says on security vote, the billions of naira in security votes, yet insecurity endures. The security votes should be on an impressed account for accountability. That's from Kolade Ayinde from Asadam. I don't think there's any Nigerian of age who does not know the danger inherent in storing fuel in residential buildings or marketplaces. We are just what we are in this country. There is no reason now to buy or store petrol because there is no scarcity of petrol anywhere. If government can take the bold step by punishing culprits, the careless act may reduce. I know some people will heap the blame on the government. That's from Elder Yemi Ashaju. One more call. Hello, good morning. Hello. All right, please call back 0913-655-6952. 0913-655-6952. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name? Welcome to the program. Go ahead.
I want to take you back to the page.
Go ahead, please.
There are some issues we need for Sarah. Issue that is supposed to be the concern of every Nigerian. During military era, you see many people, organizations and so on, like Nigeria Bar Association, you see real civil rights organizations. But we are now in the civilian regime, nothing like that. Let me tell you, we'll give you an example of why this so-called security vote must not be allowed to be spent without any question. As I'm talking to you now, a case is pending in federal high court linking a state commissioner to this type of issue. You know, and the governor is no more comfortable. Allegedly, money is being passed to the leader of Mietiano, running to millions of naira for security purposes. And whether we like it or not, this is security. We don't need to be mentioning tribe or anything, but we know the people that are mostly accused. So if that type of thing is happening, security vote being passed to an individual for a reason nobody knows now, the case is in court. So that means that security vote is becoming insecurity vote and just a gift to governors.
All right.
And federal capital territory money. So federal case, even if they win the case, nothing will come out of it. Because the implementation. Well, that's why I say all Nigerians should be concerned. Let this constitution be amended. How can you give? No human being can enjoy a blanket. If you give somebody a blanket check, you write to whatever he wants.
All right.
You give your wife 10 million naira and say, go and spend it as you like. You see what you do with it.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Bamidele. Thank you for your take. This one says, I don't think people need to be told about the danger of storing fuel at home or in the shop. People are always after their own personal interest only. That's from JC Obasan from Ofahele. Good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
This is Dr. Lani Okiki.
All right, go ahead. All right, quickly, please.
God bless you abundantly.
Thank you very much.
On the issue of fire this morning, the issue of a fire incident, so it is through our carelessness. So our people, we used to neglect fire as a common thing that is very closer to us. And we should try to find the lasting solution to it. It is through neglection. We are neglecting fire too much. So that's my own view this morning.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you so much. All right. Let's quickly move on to the last topic for the day. We don't have a lot of time on the program. The Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, HURIWA, has warned that Nigeria's worsening poverty levels could seriously undermine the credibility of the 2027 elections. The civil rights group expressed concerns that many Nigerians are economically vulnerable and that political leaders have not sufficiently prioritized poor economic policies to improve the living standards, that the policies that, are the government are, putting out there at this point are the ones that are making people poorer than they already are, and it's making it difficult. And if this continues, if this situation persists, the 2027 elections might be affected. It might affect the credibility of the elections. They cited, instances of, vote buying that could occur due to poverty. Somebody who is hungry can do anything. Now, what are your thoughts on this? What do you think? Huriwa said that public resources and opportunities appear concentrated among political insiders, worsening inequality and weakening trust in governance. It also flagged recent changes in campaign finance thresholds, suggesting higher spending limits that might favor wealthy contenders and limit fair competition. What are your thoughts?
Uriwa has said the right thing once again, and we all know that our electoral processes in Nigeria had been bastardized. Sorry to use that word. In the Third Republic, preparation to Third Republic election, I was involved because I was a staff of Chief M. Abiola at that time. And I remember even the military tactically said they will be watching our politicians, whoever spends money will be disqualified. Although the same military, typical Nigerians, along the line, they change their stand. But not until that kind of thing is done in this country, we'll still be dancing on the same spot. If you don't do something differently, then you don't expect different results. We have all know that politics or elections in Nigeria today are meant for the money bags. and not for the poor people. We have said it many times on occasions like this, that even the young ones, like we said last week, who would have loved to go into politics and contest for positions, cannot go because they don't have the wherewithal. Until such is removed from it, money is so attractive in politics of today in Nigeria, and not that is removed, there will just be, and I can see that then our top politicians, they enjoy it in such a way that they once they get elected, or even their backers, they make sure they enact policies that make you and I poorer, so that when the election time comes, they know what they can dangle to attract us. Until that money politics is legally, by law, removed, we'll still be doing the same thing.
All right.
All over. And the credibility of elections, I'm afraid, they say countries like Kenya, like South Africa, had since perfected their own electoral system.
Okay.
And we are the giant of Africa. And it's a shame that that's the thing we still do. And we have never, for once, 25 years down the line, we have never done anything differently. And we expect different results. It can be.
All right, but
until we change that attitude, it will be unfortunate all over again.
But do you see people stepping up to doing something about it? This is 2026.
It's not people this time around. It's the government that should bring about, excuse me, policies that make sure that any candidate in any election is monitored. Even any party that is whose candidates are known, or even within their parties, they just they give out money anyhow, should be disqualified. Once there is a law that says this must not be done, this has gone beyond the level of INEC. It is a policy, a law of government. And then security agencies are given the marching order. Go after these ones. Gather intelligence about them. That is the way it will go. That is why people get into it. When they spend money, if a person spends his personal money so much to get elected, what will he do first when he gets there? Is to recoup his money.
All right, but you're saying that this is the responsibility of the government and the people in government. Right?
Yes.
Meanwhile, it is also it is also known that some of these people who are in government also got into government that same way. They got into government by spending a lot of money.
But this thing must stop one day. That's what I'm saying.
So you expect the same people who went through that same process to stop it?
I'm not saying the same people, because they're in government now. I said, we citizens of this country, we have a duty. There is a place, there is a lawmaking house now that we can take our matters to. And once it becomes a law there, whether you are a beneficiary of that system or not, and you are in power, the law is saying you should stop doing it, and you stop doing it. You see, it's just in this country that we don't know. The ADC attached to public officers is still responsible to his commander. Is it the commissioner or whatever, or even the military? Right. And that ADC has the power on an order from his superior to arrest the person is principal at that particular time.
Okay.
So our security agencies are not empowered, are not allowed to operate the way they should. That's why things are going this way in this country. Right. Once it becomes a law, whether the governor or president or whoever who is a beneficiary of that system is seeing power and a law is made, then he has to stop. If not, he's disqualified from contesting. All right. I will get out of the problem once and for all.
Let's take some quick reactions right here. We have 30 seconds each. 0913-655-6952. Hello, good morning.
No wisdom. We are protecting people.
Thank you very much. Go ahead, please.
And this is a property increase in the nation. Come 2027 by special grace of God. Nigerians is like woman carry pregnant for 9 months. As you enter labor room and you deliver, you forget the pain. Come 2027 now, they'll be buying people, giving them money up and down. But our government needs to do more. Especially Mr. President, he must try as much as possible.
All right.
So reduce controversy level in the nation.
All right, thank you very much.
But God will share our life.
All right, thank you, Prophetess. Thank you for your take. 0913-655-6952. This one says, we seem to be celebrating poverty in this country all because of the fake lives we were living before now. As we speak, there are those making it in Nigeria without depending on the government. We look up to the government to do everything for us. Elder Yemi Ashajo. Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning, Madam.
Good morning, sir.
This officer must be back on the line.
Welcome back. Go ahead.
You know, as much as I will like to support your guest in the house about this money spending, but until we go back to party politics, in those good days, in the days of Akijide, who are you to talk on as an MPN member? So we just need to reform our party. When we get the internal mechanism of the party right, everything will change. Because this is everything. The bulk of everything stuff at the table of the party, because it's for the highest bidder. Because it's these people that are talking that is financing the party. That's why. Party is for the chairman, while governance is for the governor or the president.
Yeah.
But they are not doing everything now. So until we get our parties right, that's when we can get it right.
All right.
It's right.
All right. Thank you very much, Officer Mutiu. Thank you so much. And this one says, in Nigeria, especially in Kwara, it is high time we concern ourselves with what will cause us damage when it happens. This is because the chaos will not be limited to the person that caused it. Why should people be allowed to sell petrol in a small container in a residential building? Well, we don't have reports of whether it was sold. It was kept in that particular building. He says, as if we don't learn lesson from an incident, do we need any orientation agency to tell us not to keep petrol at home? I don't care attitude should be stopped at all costs. All right, Inyoda Ayekoto from Ganikisongo, thank you so much. Your message is long, but we can't take it all. Good morning. Sarah is becoming a toothless dog. They go to court always without any result. It is always said that fire is the best friend and the worst enemy. We all need to be careful. Issa Mohammed from Ilorin. And I think on that note, we need to say our bye-byes. Elder Wale, let me take your final thoughts in just 10 seconds.
Nigerians should know that they have a duty to make our parliamentarians wake up. Make them, they are too comfortable for 25 years. We have never saddled them with their responsibility, task. We are not giving them a task. Let us go there and let them make laws. The laws that the military passed on to us by now should have been amended.
All right. Thank you very much. Elder Wale Adediji has
It's
been my
pleasure.
guest on the program this morning. Thank you to those who sent in messages and to the ones who called in as well. We really appreciate you. Thank you. It's Nigeria. It's our country. We have no other country. And Nigeria has to be great. And, no matter what, we will find a way around it. But we need to keep speaking. We need to keep letting our voices be heard. My name is Bisola Oduwole Suleiman. Have a lovely rest of the day.
This is Diamond FM.